All right, let's get going. Now, we're going to do 3 poses. We're going to do front, back, and she's going to sit for the last one. Now, I'm going to start the design. I think I'll put this on an anchor on the outside. So I'm just going to start the design. I'm going to lay in the form. I'm going to feel the form. Now, on this exercise, you do not draw the head. It's not necessary because this is it's going to be a quick sketch, relatively quick. What we're going to look for here is just pattern. We're going to look for pattern, and we're going to go to the universe. We're going to take it out of the pattern we see and just take it away from the viewer. And we're just going to feel our way. We can see the pattern on the right-hand side. We're going to pull it through. And we're going to find this pattern. And just think about pattern now. I'm going to keep that idea that the leg going away is in the darker. Okay, so let's just have fun now. I'm going to find descriptive line. Now this will be moving through space as we go. We'll be able to correct it. I'm going to come over here and find my adjoining line. What I'm happy here is there seems to be a nice straight form. Okay, let's enjoy. Let's enjoy. I'm going to find my edge on my form. I'm going to just beautiful cast shadow, beautiful sharp shadow. This is we always are really happy when this happens. What we're doing now is just creating. There's a piece of wood in here. If you find a piece of charcoal that's not working, save it, and you can use it on the gesso paper. Okay. All right, let's start over. Let's go. All right, I'm going to line the breast up. There's a form I really like. I'm going to go for it. This is pure design. What do you want to say design-wise? What appeals to you? What do you want to say? This is a line that turns, so it's a softer line. This is defining the stomach. It's a harder line. This is a cast shadow. That cast shadow comes from this round that comes in. It casts itself right on the body. It's a nice soft fill shadow, real nice soft fill shadow. There's a little bit of an edge here, go for it. And we're going to come down here and get some space. Okay. I'm going to throw the cast shadow on the leg. Okay. Pull that over. There's a cast shadow here. I don't think I'll use that. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. It's too much. All right, we're almost done. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. I was talking all day today. All right, we got a form here we want to keep. We can. I'm going to form my arm. I'm going to put the other arm in here. You want to do the hand, you can. We'll learn how to draw the thumb, the fingers, all of this. Just lay it in just quickly. You don't have to have a lot of info. Doesn't matter. And everything there is behind the form. Even though it's evident, we put it behind. That really creates form here. Okay, we're almost done. I'm going to give my nice little So use your little finger, it's great. That is the center of the form right there. This is our cast shadow, nice and hard. See, these are sketches that'll help you understand how to use your lights and darks. You see this area here. This is ambient light that comes in. This is your darker cast shadow, and you have everything to do a beautiful painting there. You have a nice rich color here, dark, and then you have a reflected light here. It's usually a pink, and then we have the flesh tone here. It's fantastic. So just learn. These are exercises to learn how to use your shadow. Less is more over here. Okay, I'm going to describe the form here. And voila, and voila. All right, sweetie, if you want to give me a back shot, please. All right, now the difficulty here is how are we going to line these up? I think I'll just do this. And when you do this, when it's your turn to do this, please don't get all excited about lining it up. What I'm going to ask you nicely to do is to overlap. Some of the best drawings come out of this class from this exercise. Beautiful form. I love this form. All right. Again, we're going to do our best to do a reasonable drawing. Now what's going to happen, sometimes this works beautifully. It's like you really know what you're doing, and sometimes it doesn't work that well. But we don't care because it's the page. This will become an abstract form. All right, I'm going to start playing right away with my beautiful design. I want to put more of a cast shadow here because I just want to. I'm going to bring this up. Now this is a wonderful form because it comes up here and it hits the shoulder blade really hard. That gives you the edge of the form, you see? And that's your cast shadow. And now this, we're going to make it nice and light. Edge up here, edge over here. I'm going to give a cast shadow even though I don't see it so much, but I'm going to do that here. And then we'll just start to lose into the form. Okay? We don't care. We don't care. Bring this over, down. Okay.
So, Steve, I have a question for you.
Yes, dear.
I know you've done darkest dark by lightest light. When is it a good idea to take creative license like you did there, and when is it a good idea not to? If you're perhaps too
yes,
much
yeah,
down?
good question. Yeah, good question. What was the question again?
Too good.
Excellent question. Now, excellent. Yeah, well, because there is a cast shadow there, but it's not really. I'll tell you. See, there's you have the vertebrae here. There's a double line. I don't want a double line. That complicates your drawing.
Right.
Excellent question. You see. So now what I'm going. I did that. I prepared it so I could come in here and do a cut. You see, I'm going to cut that out right there. There you go. That's one of our lightest lights right here, and our lightest lights right up here. Okay. Let's just pull that over a little bit. Voila, basta. Also, I'm going to be putting a nice light here near the bone here, and this guy will be half-tone. Now you've kind of distracted me, David. Jesus, what I put up with? What I put up with?
Hopefully you're here too.
Yeah, right.
Me too.
Okay, let's go. Let's continue. Let's find our form here. The thing is, I want you to be proactive when you design this. This is an exercise. It's not a finished piece, but I want you to be. See, I'm finding this quite attractive. I'm thinking maybe this would be interesting the two forms. What can we do here? I'm going to take this out. I'm going to finish drawing here. It's a descriptive line. I can't forget that. I'm going to draw a form. Voila, voila, voila. And we have a beautiful, this nature gives us this beautiful cast shadow, edge into nothing. That goes around, that comes from here, and it goes around into the universe. I'm going to put a halftone here. Put a halftone in here while I'm at it. All right. Now, if you were a hotshot like I am, you can do some drawing, but this is not the time and place. This is our exercise today. Now I'm putting halftones, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to select my nice highlights. And it's like a paintbrush with a light color, and we put a ledge on the top of the form. I'm going to pull it over the edge here. We hit this little guy again. I'll bring him up over. Voila. I'm going to let that be. This is my lightest light right down here. I'll come back and correct that. I'm going to get a nice little light down here. And halftone. Okay. All right, one or two little demos here. Cast shadows coming all the way down. That's rare to find that, so let's go for it. A cast shadow here again. Voila. Now this is important that we take it out of the space over here, because there is a what am I trying to say? Shoulder blade over there. And descriptive line. Okay, let's. Sweetie, do you want to give me another pose? We can. Why don't you give whatever pose you want? You can stand, sit, whatever is good for you. I'm not going to look. I forgot the belly button. Can you believe that? Can you believe that, David?
I know.
Oh,
It would make such a
That's what I
your.
was waiting for to start.
Oh, you know it's your
Well,
fault.
now we can start. You put it in.
Oh, look at you. Look at that. Is that pretty or what? Okay. Let me own a few whites in here so I can figure out what I want to say. I'm going to kind of invent. It's essentially the same. We put our lights here so they come out. Sometimes we have a light that hits up here. If we hit the light here, this shows the chest cavity. Put a little light on top here, and we can do one in here. That's fun. And we'll quiet that down. And let's do the third one. Now you guys will be doing exactly what I'm doing, so pay attention. All right, let's do this guy. Look, we have a line I can use here. Maybe I'll just take. I'll bring this in and over. Let's use this line here as a. Let's just do this. Again, we always want to overlap. That's the beauty of this form. We can use this guy. See, this creates abstract. These are abstract forms now when we do that. I'll put the hip form in here, maybe. Nope, that's not working. All right, let's do this quickly now. It's essentially the same. Same. How can we make it ours? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull this over, make it more dense. There's your belly button. I'm going to pull this down completely. Voila. Pull this over. Let me see. I'm going to go quickly because I don't want to take your time. I'm going to pull that in a little dense, a little more dense. Like to keep a real nice. You see that how it squares up over there? I love it when it does this. A nice square form. That's against. Doesn't make sense. That's cool. Anything that doesn't make sense is cool. You always want to get something like that. All right, let's go over here. Good. Almost done. Let's get the nice movement in here. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to use this just like that. That's my drawing right there. That's what I care about. Okay. Let's pick it over. Let's bring it there. Oh, beautiful, Stephen. Beautiful. You dog. You dog. I'm finding something I like now. Okay? You know what I want to do? I want to get a system. Okay. All right, let's go. Now let's own it. Let's own this guy. How do we own it? We find descriptive line. I'm going to tip it a little bit. Now we will have a class where we talk about line and how to use line. And it's really important. Line is important in painting and drawing and everything. Line describes form. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pull this over a little more. Just understand that you are in charge. You are the one who decides what's beautiful, what's doable. This is just a signpost. Voila. We're almost done. Now what I'm going to do is find this form, and it's right up here. Voila. And I'm going to come over here a little bit. And we're going to go over here. And there we go. Descriptive line. Descriptive line. Ah, that's too much the same. Let's just let that be. Make it a nice. All right, now I'm going to go in and do some erasing. And that's just about it. Let's see, I think I want him to come out. Well, that guy will stay back. So let's do this. Bring our lights on the side. Voila. We're going to bring it through the top of the. I like that halftone. There isn't anything here that we're not in charge of, right? I'm going to keep that kind of busy, halftone, and I'm going to hit a nice light down here. Voila. Let's bring our form up and off this guy. Let's keep that square going. And there we go. I'm going to turn the page, Larry. Okay, what do we have here? This is a little too or repetitive. I'm going to pull that in here. I like that better. I'm going to pull this all together.
Too many lines.
Now, pull this in a little bit. I'm going to pull this together. And then I'm going to turn it around and see what we got. Okay, I'm going to hold this guy. There we go. I think I'll pull this guy together.
Steve,
Yeah.
in general, your descriptive lines, they start thin and end thin. Is it a rule or it's just
Start something
no?
no, it depends. I keep them really thin over here because because they're out of your view.
Mm-hmm.
It depends. If you really want to make a statement down here, you can do this.
No.
But for these little sketches, what I care about more is this and this and this and this and this. This is really an exercise in just patterning. Just learn to use a pattern.
But yet your descriptive line gives a certain lightness to the drawing, right? In a sense.
I'm sorry.
At least I feel it like this, but maybe.
Light. You feel light?
Lightness, right?
Yeah. Well, I like I say, this is not if this were a drawing, one big drawing, I'd have much more variance. But what I care about is this. What I care. So this is even too strong. You see, I just take it down because that's what I care about. That's what I care. This is too strong. Just take it down. Let it be. We care about this. We care about this. We care about that. That's what we care about.
Okay.
I don't know. You see, that's too strong a line. I don't enjoy that. Oop, no. Okay, let's just do this and just get a trial and see what we can come up with. Okay, let's go. Let's go. You guys are going to do portraiture. You see my hand form here?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want it any bigger than your hand. Okay? Bigger than that, we can, it's not as easy to learn. It's just not as easy to learn. Bigger than the actual head form, it's not as easy for me to teach you, is what I want to say. So let's get going. We got a placement. It's easy to do. You just do that. All right, I'm going to put the neck form and just an idea of what we want to say. So what we've done now is just place it in space, okay? I'm going to go to the model. I'm going to take my charcoal. I want to see if there's a little tilt in her head. It looks like there might be. Find a vertical in the room and just check it out. It looks like there's just a little bit of a tilt here. So let's go for it. It's always cool. And always do perpendicular to the vertical. Always, always, always. You can never not do this unless you become really good and then you know what you're doing. All right, now I teach portraiture like this because if you separate the form in 3 sections, how it's generally taught, that's fine when you're straight on, but when you're sitting low or you're sitting high, the 3 sections just don't line up. So let's just do my way in this class, okay? I'm going to draw the eyeball, not the eye socket. This is the eye socket. I'm going to draw the eyeball, and the eyeball is going to give you all of your scale all the way through. Okay. I'm going to lay this in quickly, not quickly, but I'm going to show you how you want to draw this. Put the iris and make sure the iris has this right form, not too big, not too small. Lower part of the eye now. This is taking light on top. I'm going to pull just a little halftone in here. Now, what we want to do is always keep in mind, let's go over here. always keep in mind that it's a round form. Here's our light. It has a nice round form. So we put our eyelash, our iris in here, the lower part of the eyelid. We're keeping in mind I'm going to throw a shadow in here from the nose. This is all in shadow. Actually, I don't see this fold, but I'm going to put it in anyway. So this round form is always should be felt. Always be one with that round form all the way through. Always keep the round form going, okay? All right, I have one eye form. I'm going to come over one eye form. I'm going to do the same thing now, okay? This is the most important thing you're going to do here. If you can get this area to work with the nose, you're home free. Make sure that the iris is the same size, and make sure that it's not cross-eyed, and that happens. I'm going to pull my form. Now, before I go any farther, I'm going to put my eye socket in. Eye socket. Now she has that wonderful, I just love the fact that this is very deep. The fold is very small, very deep, and we're going to go for it. This is going to tell you a lot about how she's made. I'm going to pull this over. Now this is really important that we have this on the surface and that we do the same thing over here. You know, the exercise we just did, we learned to acknowledge some of the darker forms. This is a real pretty part of the eye right here, when it's nice and dark.
The socket? Are you
The
talking about
socket, yeah, the socket where it comes down here.
Yeah.
We have a real nice dark passage in here, and one over here. That's your darks for your portrait. You're almost done. Okay, let's go from here now. And I'm going to come right straight down, not straight down, but at an angle, and I'm going to lay my nose form, and I'm going to just do a form like this. Draw in the shadow area. It helps you to find your place. The nose is one eye, generally the size of one eye. So here we go. I'm sorry?
The length of the eye.
The length of the eye,
Yep.
yep. Okay, now I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to turn it around because there is a round here. This is your plane. This is your other plane. I'm going to just put that in. Now, if I find that this V is working, I'm going to continue. Now, whenever you do your nose, whatever you do it, you're going to bring it in. You're going to do this funnel effect, this wedge. You're going to do a wedge. I want you to learn to do that wedge. It's evident here, but sometimes there's ambient light that gets up, but just do that. So if I'm looking down, obviously the nose is like this. If I'm looking up, we have this. If I'm looking straight on, that wedge is like this. You see, so we can see where we are, how we're looking at the model here. It's really important that you know that, you're aware of it, and draw it in there, and just get that feel. This is a cast shadow here. I'm going to come over here as a nice cast shadow. I'm going to indicate the nostril. Always try to keep it on a horizontal. Over here, it may look like a vertical, but just a touch like that. Don't overdo it, and don't put your nostrils in this way ever. And that's what we do. So, okay, let's go from here. I'm going to Now, all of this can be adjusted, absolutely. You know that, right? We know that. Okay, now I'm going to just draw in the lip form. This is how I like to draw it. I just like to put in a mass. Now, I'm not coming anywhere close to a portrait. We don't have time. You can, once you learn to draw and place your forms, you can do portraiture. It's just a matter of adjusting. There's so much to this as we progress. I just want you to learn. We'll have an hour to do a drawing here, and I want you to just learn the fundamentals now. But there's so many things that take place here that are so interesting. So we have. Let's look over here. So our light is up here. We're coming down. We have a shadow here. We have a shadow here. I have a shadow here, shadow here, and a shadow here. Please keep that in mind. It's not hard to remember, but it's really important because you're going to establish on a two-dimensional surface a three-dimensional form, and it's using these gray areas. Just keep that in mind, and don't forget, because I find that people forget to put the shadow here or whatever, and it's amazing, but that's what it is. Okay, now, if things are okay, I'm not sure, but we could maybe continue. The mouth generally comes to half of the eye. I can pull this over a little bit. Believe me, it varies. Okay, so now I'm underneath, so the chin is really open here. I'm looking up, my chin is actually like that. All right, now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to visualize this form. Oh, I'm going to lay in my ears. I take a horizontal, my ear form. Just lay it in quickly. I'm going to find this form. I'm going to. Now it's hard to see. You're just going to lay it in as best you can. Love this. So I made an executive decision here. This is where the side of her head form. Let's bring this down. This we have the jawline here. And there we go. There we go. Okay. So I'm down lower. So the forehead is shorter. It's going back away from us. Now at this point, you can look and see: are we okay? Is it going to work? Is it's not too bad? I'm going to move my head. I'm going to just go a little bit to the left and see if I see another ear. Aha! There's a little ear poking out. I'm going to suggest that we use that as a beautiful change of pace in your drawing, even though it's hard to see. Well, we do that often. We do that with our thumbs and our. It just makes the drawing that much more interesting. Okay, let's place the neck in space, and we'll see if things are working here. It looks like that could be okay. I'm going to straight that little straight here. I'll place this in here. I'm not going to spend time with this. No way. All right, now before we go any farther, we're going to place the hair mass. All right. This is cool. I like this straight here. I'm going to go for it. Oh, nice, nice, nice. I'm going to do a little round, a straight here. We always use our rounds and our straights to create beauty. Always. You just don't draw. You create. Every time you go to do a drawing, you have to be vigilant. What do you want to say? How are we going to say this? Okay. All right, so. All right, now, I don't know if this is working. I'd have to get up and come back, but let's just continue. Let's just continue. All right, our light source is here. So we have a beautiful passage right through here, and this passage is really important. That shows how she's made, how she's put together. This nice long form. It's really important that you get that. I'm going to do my dark here, and there we go. There we go. And we're going to do this, and we're going to come up. Now the form, when you do portraiture, you always draw the human, the face like an egg. Here's your light, you do your shadowing, and you turn it underneath. You turn it under. Oh, I got the wrong, I'm always doing that. I do that to make sure you're on your toes, huh, David? Yeah. Make sure you didn't catch that. I caught it for you.
That went easier.
What do I pay you for? Oh.
To be quiet.
See, do you understand what I'm saying here, guys? We go up and under and over. Because we keep this nice and quiet down here, nice and quiet. Okay, we're almost done. I'm sorry it's going on, but this is important. We're going to be doing this a couple times. It's important that we know what's happening. Okay, I'm going to just do this quickly, and then we're going to let you be. That's enough there. That's enough there. We talked enough. Okay, I'm going to put the plane in here. We're always working with planes. I'm going to pull this up. Get this dark, the darker dark. It's your darkest dark right here. Your dark, this part of the lip is dark, and it's the darkest part back here because it turns under. And this is the darkest point. This is the edge of the form, edge of the form, edge of the form. Okay. That should just about do it. And I'm just going to run over everything just quickly. There we go. Put the top on here. Voila, basta. Okie doke. Let's put it right up here. Okay, you're going to start with this guy. You're going to start with this guy. The size of the hand. You can't see. Okay. All right. We're going to start with that guy. We're going to lay him in space just like that, just so you understand. First thing we're going to do, we're going to find our vertical. Is it vertical or is it tip? Then we do our horizontal. We draw our eye. Draw through the eye. Do the other eye. Eye socket. Eye socket. Find the nose form. Create that V. If you get here and everything is working, this is the easiest part right now.
And the nose is pretty much an eye length.
Excuse me?
The nose is pretty much an eye length.
Yeah, it comes out. You'll create a perfect V here. There we go, and that's it. That's 1, 2. And then we find our edge, and then we find our neck, and we enjoy. Okay. Are there any particular intelligent questions? No intelligent questions. That's not nice, right? I shouldn't talk like this. Okay. We're good, you guys. We can go.